in my purse.
Let's see here. Have we all read through it at all?
What was that?
Have we all taken the time to read through it?
I actually
Quiz?
have not.
I did.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Who would like to get us started?
Okay.
I'll start us. Okay, number one. Which of the following statements is correct? A, the CPI can be used to compare dollar figures from different points in time. B, the percentage change in the CPI is a measure of the inflation rate, but the percentage change in the GDP deflector is not a measure of inflation rate. C, compared to the consumer price index, CPI, the GDP deflector is the more common gauge of inflation. Or D, the GDP deflector better reflects the goods and services bought by consumer than does the CPI. Now I actually put A on that one, but I'm totally not married to it.
Well, it's not D.
Yeah.
I don't think it's C. I could be wrong.
I put down A for that one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with A then.
Because I got problems with and B doesn't make any sense for it either.
I wasn't married to it either, but I looked at it a good long while, and I feel pretty good about A.
Yeah, I did too, especially rereading through it. Okay, number two, unless there's questions. The term inflation is used to describe a situation in which A, the overall level of prices in the economy is increasing, B, incomes in the economy are increasing, C, stock market prices are rising, D, the economy is growing rapidly, and I put A on that one.
Yeah, I
It's
got it.
definitely A.
Okay, number three, and if somebody's got a different opinion, just make sure you speak up. In the basket of goods that is used to compute the consumer price index, which of the following categories of consumer spending is the smallest? A, food and beverages, D, recreation, C, housing, or D, apparel? What was recreation? Let me grab my thing here. I had recreation down. No, recreation is 6%. Apparel is 4%.
Yeah, apparel's 4.
So it's Steve.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, number 4, changes in the quality of food. A, does not represent a problem in the construction of the consumer price index. B, presents a problem in the construction of the consumer price index, and that problem is sometimes referred to as substitution bias. C, are not accounted for as a matter of policy by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Or D, can lead to either an increase or decrease in the value of a dollar. See, if I remember correctly, C, I don't think was right. If I remember correctly, they didn't have. I mean, I put D, but I don't know if that's right. So I swear they talked about they have a group that tries to account for that, but it's not very accurate. I'm trying to remember.
Right.
It is a problem, so it's not A.
Yeah. But it's not B either, I don't think, because
Yeah.
substitution bias is talking more about getting a different good
Yep,
because of price, not because of quality.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So it's got to be D then. So okay, number 5. If the cost of food and beverage increases by 10%, then other things the same, the CPI is likely to increase by about. Oh, what would I have on this one? I have A, but I don't even remember how I got there. Where's my calculator? Food and beverage is a 15% total of the pie, of the basket.
So if all think we're the same, then I see what you're saying.
So the entire CPI is going to increase. So it's 1.5% of 15. So, oh, that's how I did it. So it was 15%. And I know this is probably wrong. And I just did 10. If you raise that by 10%, that brings the whole pie up by 1.5. But that's, I don't know if that's right or not.
Yeah, I got A for that for number 5.
Yeah, but I have 2.
Let's keep it. For an imaginary economy, the value of the consumer price index was 140 in 2013, and the inflation rate was 5% between 2013 and 2014. So the consumer price index in 2014 was A, 145, B, 147, C, and D, 133. How come I can't get easy questions like Roger?
That's why I went first.
Well, it can't
Okay,
be
so
35 or 33, right? Because it's an increase in inflation, which means it's got to be higher than 40.
See, here was the inflation rate. Just trying to remember how to calculate that.
Yeah, I got B for this one. However, I already forget how the formula for it, so I'm gonna have to take a look to see how I got that.
What's the formula?
Well, the inflation rate, because we got parts of that, because the inflation rate is the CPI in year 2 minus the CPI in year 1 divided by the CPI in year 1 times 100.
Oh,
And so we've
same
got,
as a.
yeah. And so we've got, what do we got in there? We've got our CPI in 2013, and we've got our inflation rate. So I always forget to grab scratch paper.
13 is 140.
Yeah. Consumer price index in 2013 was 140.
And we're solving for X divided by 140. All right. We're gonna. It's what we want. 0.05, right? Is what we want it to equal.
No, I think that's why they have the
Times the 100.
the times 100 is to account for that. So
I hate math. Okay. Divided by 100. Let's see here.
where's the paper?
Okay, calculator. 140 times 0.057 equals 40 plus 140 plus 140. X is 147.
Nice.
Okay, so that would be B.
B.
Okay, 7. Which of the following is the correct formula for calculating the consumer price index? Price of basket good. Oh, sorry, I just went straight to the answer.
B.
CPI in year 1. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
B.
B.
Okay. Refer to table 2410 right above. The inflation rate was 10.303% in 2009 and 17.43% in 2010, 17% in 2009 and 32.50 in 2010, 10.3 in 2009 and 29.20 in 2010, and 17 in 2009 and 29.20. So we're just gonna have to do the same thing again.
Yeah, we have to figure out the CPI and then go from there, right?
Yep.
It's like Okay, so assume that it's 6 baseballs and 2 baseball bats.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
2008 should be 169.50 is the base amount. Base amount in 2010 is 219.
Two 2000 is our base here, right? Yeah, it has to be.
Mhm.
Oops. 2 times. Six 6.5 minus.
So the CPI in 2008 has to be 100, right? Or am I wrong in that?
Yeah. No, you're right. It has to be 100. I have, when I just did 1 year, the 2009 I have is 10.03. So it's either A or C.
Okay.
And we just got to figure out the next one. So I had 186.5 as my CPI in year 2. So we just got to go from there. So
Oh, I did that wrong.
are they talking inflation from, are we measuring the inflation from 2008 to 2010 or from 2009 to 2010? Do you think?
2009 to 2010.
Okay. Minus 86.5 divided by 86.5. I got 17.4 is what I got for the second one. Whoa, I must have messed up on that. No, that's right. That's A. Never mind.
Yeah,
I got
that's
A.
there.
I'm going to take your word for it, Roger.
Okay.
All
The
right.
only way that's wrong is if we were going from 2008 to 2010. I bet you that's what 29.2 is. I bet you if we did the math, it'll be that
Right.
one.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Is that what we're supposed to be doing? Because I
I have no idea. I'm not sure.
incremented. Okay, the price index was 90 in year 1, 1,110 in year 2, 95 in year 3. Whoa,
Is that what you remembered?
I'm sorry. Don't take what I just said seriously. 90 in year 1, 100 in year 2, and 95 in year 3. Then the economy experienced a 10% inflation between years 1 and 2, and a 5% inflation between years 2 and 3. A 10% inflation between years 1 and 2, and a 5% deflation for year 2 and 3. 11.1 in 1 and inflation in 2 and 3. 11.1 in 1 and 2, and 5% deflation 2 and 3.
I got, just doing the first one, I got inflation rate of minus 0.111, so 11.1%.
Mm-hmm.
So either
That'd
C
be
or
a
D.
deflation, though.
Yeah. Is that right? Because the inflation rate, the CPI in the second. You know what? Oh, I did that backwards. Never mind. Hold on. Minus 90 divided by first year of 90. No, okay, it's 11. It's 11.1%. So it's not a negative. I just did that backwards.
Okay.
So C or D. What we got? 2 and 3. Okay.
Right. So it's going to be D because it deflates or depreciates 5%.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Which of the following statement best represents? You're glitched.
Hey, given a second here, just going back to the number 8, I found this in the text. It says when computing the inflation rate, it says the inflation rate, which is the percentage change in the price index from the preceding period. That is the inflation rate between 2 consecutive years. So it sounds like we did it right.
Okay. Good. Makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Not. There's not a base year involved. That you're looking at 2 consecutive years. Okay. Keep on.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Which of the following statement best represents economists' beliefs about the bias in the CPI as a measure of the A, economists agree that the bias in the CPI is a very serious problem. It's not a very serious problem. C, economists agree on the severity. There is still debate on what to do with it. And D, there is still debate among economists on the severity of the CPI bias and what to do with it.
So that's that C on that one.
I would
That
still
was
say
D.
Is it D?
Yeah. In
Let's
fact,
see here.
if on section 11(1)(b), problems in measuring the cost of living,
Mm-hmm.
the last
Where I'm at.
paragraph of that section says there is still much debate among economists about how severe these measurement problems are and what should be done about it.
Perfect.
So.
Nice.
Right. Excellent. Okay. Someone else want to take?
Hey guys, I have to go. I emailed Ben and Roger earlier. I have to duck out at 7:30 tonight. So sorry guys. Thanks Ben for starting this chat for us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right,
problem.
have a good night, guys.
Yep, see you.
We'll see you.
Yeah, I could pick up number 11. If the quality of a good deteriorates while its price remains the same, then the value of a dollar, A, rises and the cost of living increases, B, rises and the cost of living decreases, C, falls and the cost of living increases, or D, falls and the cost of living decreases.
Be C, right? Quality good tiers the price remains the same.
I
Yeah.
got C.
B, you said?
C.
C is in cat is what I had.
Right. Bravo. So
I got D.
okay. I'm gonna say A then, just to be that guy.
Okay.
I want to hear reasons why you guys think it's that way.
Well, what I would have initially said, I put this on an option, obviously, was that the value of the dollar falls and the cost of living stays the same. But the way I'm thinking is if the value, the quality of the good deteriorates, then that's not either going to either last as long, or you have to get it replaced or repaired, or you're going to buy more of it. And so that's why, for me, the cost of living increases. But that's as far as I got.
Just in a steady year. So even if, let's say, we're bought an iPod and it lasts 4 years instead of 5, the yearly cost of what's in your change. By that
Sorry,
logic.
you kind of broke up the end. I didn't hear that last bit. Sorry.
I was given an example about why I don't think that works. So let's say we're talking about an iPod. If the quality of the iPod decreases and it only lasts you 4 years instead of 5 years, then it doesn't seem to change the basket of the current year or the CPI, right? Oh, well, we're not calculating that. We're calculating value of $1.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
So this one is a little bit more nuanced. One of the problems with CPI is that the prices can be increasing or even remain the same. But if a product loses quality, then you're worse off even though it costs the same. So the CPI can't track that. It can't track the
Right.
quality of the product. It's just following the price. And so that's one of the problems. Out of the text says, if the quality of a good deteriorates from 1 year to the next, while its price remains the same, the value of $1 falls because you're getting a lesser good for the same amount of money.
Okay, so the value falls, but the cost of living,
What does it do?
if the price stays the same, then it's not an option. You would think that the cost would stay the same.
Yeah, I kind of look at this like this. Think of it like, for example, detergent or candy bars or anything. I think we've seen this a lot, where maybe the price didn't go up, but the quantity you get of it drops. And so you need more of it to get by. So it costs you more overall to do that. So while the cost stays the same, the price of how much you have to spend on detergent or whatever it may be that you're buying, you end up having to spend more. So that's my line of thinking as far as falls, but the cost of living increases.
Okay, so in the text, there still isn't an answer, but it says it's best to account for quality change when the quality of a good in the basket changes. For example, when a car model has more horsepower or mileage, the Bureau adjusts the price of the good to account for the quality change. It is, in essence, trying to compute the price of a basket's goods of constant quality. Because it's going to decrease then as well to follow the trend of the value. Rogers, so now I'm confused.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. I think it is an increase in the cost of living. I think I saw that decrease, and I thought like a decrease in the quality of your life or quality in the products. But yeah, I think the cost of living increases.
Okay. Wage, nope, that's not helping us. Let's see. Real and nominal interest. Okay, let's just go with C then.
All right. Any other? We're going to move on.
I'm good.
Okay. 12. Which of the following is the most accurate statement? In the 70s, the late 80s, 90s, and 2000s, the GDP deflator and the CPI both showed high rates of inflation. B, in the 70s, both the GDP deflator and the consumer price index showed high rates of inflation. and in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, both measures showed low rates of inflation. Or C, 70s, GDP deflator and consumer price index showed low rates, while the other decades showed high rates of inflation. Or D, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, both GDP deflator and CPI showed low rates of inflation.
So the 70s had high inflation. Just look at
Yes.
the chart on 225.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I have it up if you guys can see it.
Late 80s, it came down actually. So it's not A.
Yeah, I think it's B, where you have high rates of inflation in the 70s, and then towards after the late 80s,
2000s.
we had
Yeah.
lower rates.
Yep. I agree with
Right.
that.
So, but doesn't it list like the 90s and 2000s as well? Well, I guess it's the same. It doesn't change.
All right, so B for 12. 13, the primary purpose of measuring the overall level of prices in the economy is to A, allow for the measurement of GDP, B, allow consumers to know what kinds of prices to expect in the future, C, allow for comparison of dollar figures from different points in time, or D, allow for the comparison of dollar figures from the same point in time. I put down C for that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's C as well.
Okay.
Okay. 14, we have Megan's salary for 3 consecutive years along with other values in a table, and it says, suppose the consumer price index for 2013 is not necessarily 235. If the nominal interest rate for 2013 is 7.3%, then the consumer price index for 2013 is, in fact, and we have those options there.
Okay. That formula's on page 226, right?
Right.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yes.
So we can get the consumer price index because those are used for the rates of inflation.
Right. Which we need to figure out. For
So
the
we have
real
to
interest
figure
rate.
out the rate of inflation for 2013, and then we can use that as a base for determining the CPI. We can kind of plug those into an equation.
Okay.
And the formula for one of the formulas for inflation is I think the real interest rate. Real interest rate equals
Minus the inflation rate.
Uh,
Or nominal
It's
interest rate minus the inflation rate,
Right.
sorry.
right. Yeah. So that's 7.3% minus the inflation rate. So we know that we should be able to subtract 1.8% from 7.3 and get the inflation rate.
Okay, the interest rate for 2013 is 7.3.
Which is I think 5.5.
So 5.5, so we gotta go back to our other formula, right?
Yeah.
So 5.5 is the inflation rate.
The inflation
the
rate.
inflation rate, right?
Right. We're trying to find the CPI off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
We got it for the previous year, right? Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So that 5.5 is going to equal what's the formula for inflation rate? Year 2 minus year 1 divided by year 1.
Yep.
For CPI,
That's
yeah.
100. So we know year 1 because that's going to be 2012, and the consumer price index is 230. So essentially, we have X minus 230 divided by 230. Well,
Equals what?
times 100 will
Equals
equal
5.5?
5.5. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, first thing I do, I divide by 100. I just make it 0.05. And then I think we can divide by
0.55 in this case.
230. And then we're just x minus 230.
230. Which is not one of the options.
But what did you say?
230. Did I do it wrong? It's 5.5 on the left side, right? For the equation?
Yeah, so I just got rid of the times on 100, so I put down 0.05 for the 5%.
0.055. Yeah, I got
Right.
that. But I calculating, I got 230. What did you end up with?
So with the 0.055, I multiply that by 230, and then you have to add 230.
Right, I divided by 230. I made that mistake. You're right.
Okay. So after you multiply by 230 and add 230, you get 242.65, which is that an option?
Yeah, 242.7.
C.
Yeah.
Just round up.
Oh yeah, C. There you go. Yep. Perfect. Okay. 15. Suppose Will's 2009 food expenditures in 2011 dollars amount to 5,670. Then, A, the consumer price index was 11.8% higher in 2011 than in 2009. B, the inflation rate in 2011 was 8%. C, 2011's food expenditures in 2009 dollars amount to 570 or 740. Or D, 2010 food expenditures in 2011 dollars amount to 6,210. And up to this point, after this, I only got up to number 14, so I haven't computed these yet.
All right, well, 6,600 for the 5,670 on the table. Because there's already a value for the number they give us. Am I
Or can we
correct
do it-
in that? Oh, in 2011 dollars. Okay. I see. Never mind.
Well, just the answers too, the way they.
Yeah, you have to do everything. Okay.
I'm gonna stand up.
Consumer price index is year 2 minus year 1 divided by year 1, right?
Yes. Well, it's
Do we?
the given
wanna take an
year, the
answer to
current
figure out
year
if it's
divided
right?
by the base year.
Yeah.
Minus the base year divided by the base year, right?
Price of the basket goods and services in current year divided by price of basket in base year.
Finding that, please.
Page 219.
I'm on. I have it on digitally. Can you tell me
Oh.
what section it's in?
11.1.
11.1. Thank you. 11.1A.
Yeah, it's in 11.1a. It's at the end. It's after table 1.
Oh, yeah, I got that. Sorry. I'm just crazy. With 1.32. Is that correct? No, the base year is 2011. Okay, I'm completely lost.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out these things without figuring out the CPI for 2011, but I don't think that works. Did we figure out what the CPI is for 2011?
No, not yet.
I think so. I tried, but I think I got it wrong. That's why I'm confused. I got 132, but that's the previous two. So that was why I asked the question, what is the base year in this equation? Because we're going in 2011 dollars. But is the base year still 2000?
Yeah, it should be 2009.
Nice.
It should be the same for all.
I'm dressing.
Okay, 6600. So
Can that see?
It's going this way.
But I was undressing right there.
yeah, I got 132.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I hope they like that striptease.
Well, this is interesting though, because okay, the base year though should have a CPI of 100, correct?
Right. So 2009 is not the base year. Then if it's got a CPI of 160.
Yeah.
So 2011 needs to be the base year, right?
Well, no, it's going the wrong way. Is that?
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused.
Or do we need a feel? Can we figure it out? Can we figure it out if we're going by? I don't know if it is if we go by our figure over here, and the food and beverage is 15% of the total basket. Can we use our 6,600 to figure out what the total basket is, and then use that to figure out the CPI with the
Well, one of our issue.
we don't know what the base year is, though.
This
Yeah.
is kind of a weird thing. It says expenditures on food, but CPI. None of the other problems use like one
Right.
person's. We might not be correlating it right. I don't think the expenditure on food is how the CPI is determined.
How we're supposed to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try it this way then. We have the inflation rate as answer B is 8%.
Just a process of elimination sort of thing.
That 8% CPI is. B to be correct. Reference it again.
Um,
Okay. 100. 60 times. I can do that myself. 60.
580.
Now, how can I figure out what? And that's if A was correct. Okay, so for C and D, it both relates to food expenditures in that we're talking about. But the equation I have for doing that, you need the amount. And we have no amount. So how would we figure an amount?
Just got two amounts. Hold on a second here. So amount in today's dollars. Hold on. That's 9.
PI to convert 19, 20, $13.
660 equals.
So it's the CPI today by the CPI for or the year we're going against. Then CPI divided by 2009 times the amount. Yeah, we don't have that number.
When I did this, and I may have done it wrong but I was trying to do C, and I got Will's food expenditures and Will's 2011 food expenditures in $2009. The answer here says 5,740. I got 5,000. So either I did it wrong or it's not C.
Okay, how did you figure it out without an amount?
Well, we have amounts because we've got expenditures on food. We've got it for all 3 years.
Is the amount then? Okay. Oh, right. So how do you figure it out without the CPI for 2011 then?
Well, I'm looking at the formula on 12A. 12.2A, and it's the formulas for amount in today's dollars, and that is equal to the amount in year T's dollars, which I did is 2011.
12.2A or 11.2A? Sorry.
11.2A, sorry.
Yeah.
So I did. So we're trying to figure out amount in today's dollars. So amount in year T dollars, which was what did I do? I did 2011 for that, right? And then times price at today's level. I kind of did this backwards. I did 5,000. I think I may have done that backwards, actually. I think I got my numbers flipped on that.
Okay.
Let me try it with it flipped and see if that equals up.
So in this case, you use an amount and price interchangeably, right? Because that's the only number we have.
Yeah. 6600 divided by.
Okay, now I'm following where you're going.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Times 5, 1, 2, 3. Well, doing C either way, I got 5,000 one way and 6,600 another way, so that can't be right. So I had to be on the 5,000 one. It's not matching up to C. I'll see if what I'm doing here will work for D or not.
Okay. I'll do it with you just so I can learn how to do it.
Those
$2011 would be, so 2010 would be the T.
So 5,800 times. What was the other one? 2011, 6,600.
I just come up. How are you getting something different? You're just canceling your equation out this way.
What was that?
Since we don't have the proper information to give us this full thing here, because by using
yeah.
amount and price interchangeably, you're just canceling your equation out.
Oh, you're right. You're right. This is amount, and we're talking about amount, and we're talking about price level, which are not the same thing. You were right.
Slide I have up, you use the CPI to figure it out as well. Hard when we don't have so what we have to do, cost of living, how much it's increased by dividing the CPI by the current year by the last year to find the increase factor, and then we can times that by the amount to figure out what it is today. It's helping us in our question because we seem to be missing information needed to answer this question.
Yeah.
Maria, did you solve our problem yet? That isn't it.
All right. The answer is B. Okay. Can I walk you guys through this?
Please.
Yeah.
This was bad. Okay. So the first thing we need to figure out is the CPI.
Right. Which I got is 178.8. Right.
See, I got 181.44.
Okay.
And so if we look at the formula for that, it's today amount in today's dollars. Okay, so that number
Right.
is 5,670 will equal amount in year T, so 2009, which is 5,000 times.
Okay. That's where I made my mistake because I was using the 6,600 up here.
Yeah, we've got to use the 2009.
Right.
And that will, so 5,000 times today's price level, which is what we do not know, that is X.
Right.
Divided by price level at 2009, which is the 160. So then we could take 5,670 and we can divide it by 5,000. So we divide both sides by 5,000. And then we multiply that answer by 160. And that gives us 181 and 44.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping you guys followed because I didn't. So
Yeah.
It's B.
Um,
16.
If the CPI was 95 in 1955 and 475 today, then $100 today purchased the same amount of goods and services as 475 purchased in 1955, B $20 purchased in 1955, C 95 purchased in 1955, or D 500 purchased in 1955.
Awesome. Okay. This I know how to do. 475 divided by 95 is 5. Times the amount, which is, would that be $100? Is that what we're looking at? Equals, oh, we want to go backwards.
Yeah, so we're looking for the amount near T. Okay, so amount T should be the dang. Okay, so $100 equals X, right? That'd be times.
No, I actually have, you should have 475 over 95 X.
Oh, okay.
So let's move the X to the other side. Divide by X. Divide by X. No. Okay, this is where my algebra fails me. Set it up, but X divisible number. Oh, I can just put 5. So 5 100 divided by, if we're looking at 20. Is everyone on the same page?
Sorry, what did you say there?
I said it was should be
Sorry,
$20.
So B, is that what you said?
Am I
yeah?
cutting out? Yeah. It is 5x equals 100. If you divide down the years CPIs, it comes out to 5. So dividing both by 5, you get 20.
So B.
Yes.
Yeah. 17 is C, as in cat. Because it's the same problem. It just wants you to know the formula.
If you would have had that one in the previous.
I know that would have been nice two problems ago to get us on the right page.
Yeah.
All right, 18. Refer to table 2412. To the nearest dollar, Will's 2010 food expenditure in 2009 dollar amounts to A, 5,236, B, 5,431, C, 5,524, or D, 5,608.
So as a reminder, we have 181.44 is the CPI for 2011.
So 2009.
120, which is nowhere near the correct answer. I did something wrong. Oh, it's not 181.44. That was based on a different price theme. That's not right either.
Okay, so it should be right. $5,000 will equal 5,800 times 168 divided by 160, right? Today's divided by.
Oh.
Wait. So that's what.
Oh, it's like a 5 if we're doing
Wait.
58 says 10. 168.
I
I think
was
that's the
the
way.
wrong year.
So it's flipped, isn't it?
You're right. Okay. So 5,000.
2010 CPI by 2009 CPI. The expenditure.
Yeah.
1 by 160 is 1.05. 5,800 divided by 1.05, and you end at 523.8.
Oh, that's what I got. Yeah, I got C there too.
Did you?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait.
I get the.
Somehow I didn't follow that. Can you run that for me?
So
Yeah. Okay. So we're trying to figure out for T. I was just using X instead of T, but what the price is in 9, not what it is today. And so your equation is today's price, 5,800. Trying to solve for the year that we're trying to figure out 160. You first the CPIs, you times, so that is 0.5 T equals 1,800. So you divide both sides 0.05 and you get your result.
Okay.
Alrighty, 19. If the nominal interest rate is 4% and the real interest rate is negative 2.5%, then the inflation rate is A, negative 6.5%, B, negative 1.5%, C, 1.5%, or D, 6.5%.
0.4 real interest rate minus
So it's on my screen here. Real
0.025
interest rate, nominal
X.
minus 2.25% is negative 2.25. So is 6.5.
I got 6.5%.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's D.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 20. Suppose that over the past year the real interest rate was 6% and the inflation rate was 4%. It follows that A, the dollar value of saving increased at 6% and the purchasing power of saving increased at 2%. B, the dollar value of saving increased at 6% and the purchasing power of saving increased at 10%. C, the dollar value of saving increased at 10% and the purchasing power of saving increased at 2%. Or D, the dollar value of saving increased at 10% and the purchasing power of saving increased at 6%.
So that should be D, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking at first, but
So the purchasing power part it should be simple because that's what real interest rate follows is the purchasing power. So that 6% should be the 6%. And then the nominal is going to be whatever the nominal is minus 4% will equal 6%. So that should be 10.
That's true.
gotcha. Yep.
So D it is.
Ooh.
All right. Well, that was an adventure.
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna try to be able to get through everything before our meeting next week.
Yeah.
Last couple ones were. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Well, good
Yeah.
meeting, everybody.
Yep.
Do you know who's posting this?
I will probably post it as soon as I figure out how.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
All right. We
Yeah,
will
no
talk to you guys
problem.
next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, guys.